everybody, it's the Law Gnome, and welcome to another episode of Out of the Vault. If you need to catch up, please check out the playlist in the box below. Now, before you guys go crazy, I know what you're thinking. I do have the usual garb. It's right here. And the only reason why I'm not wearing it right now is because it is really, really cold outside, and I just didn't want to walk around in a t-shirt, so I just wanted to get a little snug, and my hair is a mess, which is why I'm wearing my Superbad hat. And you know something? I don't think I ever actually wore it all this season, so there you go. You get one day of the Superbad hat. Anyway, today we're going to talk about another Disney classic, of course. This one came out in 1973. It is the 21st Disney animated classic, so there you go. Disney is legal. It's also the second film from the post-Walt Disney era, and of course we're talking about Robin Hood. Now, Robin Hood is a very interesting Disney film. It's actually the very first Disney film that I ever saw. While the first one I saw in theaters was 101 Dalmatians, Robin Hood is the very first Disney classic that I saw, and I think I may have seen it when I was either 2 or 3, I can't remember, but I just do remember watching that film constantly. It's a very different film, and it's not your usual Disney, especially considering the fact that it is based on the Robin Hood stories, and the Disney spin pretty much is just the fact that they're using animals to represent the characters instead of actual people, but the story itself is a very real story, because it involves people starving, the balances of power, greed, and all of the things that Robin Hood is all about, and people risking lives, people almost getting shot, but yet, at the same time, it manages to stay very family-friendly by throwing in a couple of funny jokes and a couple of great pop culture elements of the time in the 1970s, and it just turns out to be, you know something? One of the best Disney classics of all time, according to myself, because it was a movie I adored when I was young, and I really, looking back now, it really is a great movie. And the best part is I understand it now, and because I know the story, I understand the big words that they used in the movie, because they did use some pretty educational wording in that film with some of the things that they were saying, especially when it came to conspiracy plots and all of that stuff. It's also one of the first Disney films that started using a voice cast of celebrities. You had, especially when it came to the villains, you had Peter Ustinov playing Prince John, and you had Terry Thomas playing Sir Hiss, and you also had Phil Harris from The Jungle Book rejoining Disney to voice Little John, and you also had Monica Evans playing Maid Marian. The only thing I would say that was not so great about this movie, if you really take a look at it, especially when they're doing the song The Phony King of England, you see a lot of recycled material from the Aristocats, which was the movie that came out from Disney 2 years beforehand, and you also had a dance scene in that exact same moment that was actually a rehashing from The Jungle Book. So, I don't know what it was about doing all of these recycled things, but it's just something that doesn't really sit well with me. And also the songs are not so great, but it doesn't really matter because it's the story that drives this movie as well as the characters. And I'm going to give Robin Hood 4 out of 4. So throw your comments in on this wonderful classic, and there's one more Out of the Vault for 2013, as I had mentioned in my previous episode of Out of the Vault. So, in the comments box, guys, I want to know which Disney movies you want me to start putting on my list to review for next year's Out of the Vault. There will once again be 11, not 12, because I do intend on doing a little special something at the very beginning of Out of the Vault's season premiere for next year. So for that, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Actions speak louder than words.